Firstly, please do consider liking, subscribing, and all of that stuff, and following me. And you can even tweet me at Tea and Toast. Podcasts are there, Tea and Toast Digital. Like, there are lots of different bits of information out there in the world. And right now, I'm talking to you about video and how that works. The biggest problem that I had was that I was doing podcasts. I wanted a similar style, and it took me a while to then create that style on video, and then actually realized that I just need it to be different, and wanting that to be different is just interesting. I want it to be different. So what I wanted was for it to mirror and be very similar to my other content. The reason to this, if you've attended one of my workshops, was because I'm a firm believer of streamlining and productivity, and I love things like Trello. And I just think that there is a way to change that so that you're able to create one piece of content and put it on different platforms. But I'm slowly kind of learning that actually there is a thread of truth in that, but I need to be a lot more flexible. So, I mean, I just need to make a good video. And I think that just me sat there talking to the camera has now developed a little bit more, and I'm looking at when I'm recording, like now, I'm thinking about what bits I might put in terms of the editing. So I might go to sites like Pixabay, Pexels, UnSplash, where I can grab certain videos. And then from that, I can go, okay, I'm going to do this and that and the other. And it's really great because I can use stock videos like that. But actually beyond that, there's a new addition, a new thought. I've just gone, had a light bulb moment and thought I need to start and think about how I actually put this together and not use stock video kind of stuff. So the only cringy thing there would be to record yourself is a bit weird, but I'm already doing it. So what would these extra bits kind of matter? They wouldn't really matter. So now that I've done this for a little bit, I think one of the things that I would do is, again, take my own advice on this, which is take lots of video or photographs and create like a bank of stock video or photography that you can then utilize. And I give this advice out, but I think what's happened is I've not done it necessarily with video because I've not fully realized the importance of adding in things that aren't stock video, things that are actually just real because I videoed them, and it makes things more me. It makes me happier with what I'm putting out there in an honest kind of way. I'm not taking someone's work, I'm creating everything myself. And I think that that can be a challenge, but if you're out somewhere and you just do a quick little video and a picture, I mean, that's quite straightforward to do. And what I'm starting to see is that we can all and ah, and for the life of me, I'm not sure often in those situations if I would, but if you do, then you'll end up where I am, which is this scrolling library of images and photographs that are related to everything that I do when I use my GoPro camera, because I've got this online subscription, which means I can just dump things on the cloud. It automatically just goes there, and I can go back and download the bits that I want, and it's perfect in that sense. I think it's not perfect as a system because I can't categorize and tag things. That would make life a lot easier. So GoPro, if you could do that, that would be really, really just so amazing. And I think that just knowing that I've got that bank of video is now helping me, because there are little things that I'm doing that's a little bit more creative, and I'm changing things as I go, and I think that's okay. But I think to create that content and to keep playing with stuff is just my way of doing things. And I think lots of other people might want to create a block or a type and then go with that. And I think that's fine. I think the original video idea only comes from us playing around and finding something that's interesting and new, because that will then hopefully, fingers crossed, be new for the audience, which means they've never seen that before, or they've never seen it in the way that you've presented. So that means video now is being engaging. And this is where I'm learning that I have been doing it wrong a little bit because I've always been trying to create a video element and it's not for video. But I've always been making the video with the mindset of podcasts. And actually, I don't need to do that. I just need to make really good video. And then the sound quality should hopefully pick up and be fine, because it usually is. There's still an element of podcasty kind of one-person narrative in all the YouTube videos out there. It's just what happens. And I think I just need to focus more on doing video on YouTube and not worry about the blog post or the podcast, because I could chunk it down from video into podcast, into blog post. Blog post for me, just another thing. This is a conversation I've had loads of times, so I'm not going to get into it. But basically my learning curve is that I've now figured out I need to create a bank of information, and that info or that bank of video stock really helps me, and it allows me to just create more engaging video, and I'm not thinking about it from a podcast point of view. So now I'm just thinking, bong, like I said, the light bulb's gone off, and I'm now thinking, yeah, video, how do I do that? One last thing. So the next thing I've done is really take video to the next level, and I don't do all of the content that I shoot. The reason for this is because when I look back at some content, I try and get it out or start the process as soon as I can, because if I don't, I will cringe at my own face. And it's just one of those things where no one likes to stare at themselves for too long, and I don't as well. But I've come to terms with that. That's a little bit part and parcel of what you do when you edit your own video. But I would still like to reduce that time. So when it comes down to it and I leave some footage somewhere, when I come back to it, I'll look at it and go, that's rubbish. And I'm more likely to say that's really not going to happen if I've left it there for a week or 2 weeks. So what I'm currently doing is curating and creating content and doing that and trying to push it as much as I can, but not just one. So I'm now doing 3 or 4 or 5 all at once. And that just means I can get back up to speed with the promise of one a week and with the potential of that other one on the Thursdays. The Thursday session, there's going to be a special subscription only kind of model. And actually that could be a video kind of format as well. And this would work massively because I would only have to do one a week on YouTube. So that really makes everything tick. And if you're watching these videos that I make, I think that in some ways there's a lot going on, and I'm constantly refining until I get to the right bit. And I feel like that's always going to be the case. I'm never going to stop because I just love improving on my work. Finally, I just want to say thank you for being here. If you're a social enterprise, this is aimed at you. If you're a social enterprise, charity, not-for-profit, if you're making the world a better place in general, this is for you. Please do consider liking, sharing and subscribing, tweeting me at teams, all of that stuff. Do just pick one thing and share it with someone. That would make my channel grow, and it's great for the algorithm, but it's actually great that I get to then understand that this is needed. Thank you very much. Take care. Until next time. See you soon.